True to form, the party of totalitarianism, that would be the Democrat Party if you missed it, while they're on the loose. They don't care if they're in the minority, they don't care if they're the majority, none of that matters. There's a congressman in Arizona, he's a real nasty guy. And for the life of me, I can't pronounce his name. Raul, Grijalva. Can you pronounce that, Mr. Producer? Gerwat? Open your mic. Go ahead. What is it?
Let's try Geralva.
Geralva. It's easier to say Luis Gutierrez. All right, thank you. His first name is Raul, so I'll call him Raul, not out of disrespect. Honestly, I can't pronounce his name, and I'm not being funny about it. So Raul is the minority ranking member of the House Committee on Natural Resources. And he's using this position, writes the Weekly Standard's Mark Hemingway, very good writer, reporter. He wants to know all university financial disclosure policies that are applicable to Roger Pielke, Jr. at the University of Colorado. He's a respected climate scientist who doesn't fall into line with the fake scientists. And he's one of 7 academics being investigated by Raul. Maybe Raul's last name should be Castro. So Raul wants to know all university financial disclosure policies applicable to this scientist, this climate scientist, as well as any communications related to external funding. So, in other words, this is a threat, like the mob. He wants copies of any speeches and testimony before lawmakers the scientist has delivered, as well as salary and travel expense information. So, member of Congress, what is it any business of his? Well, he's trying to send a message. You disagree with the Soviet-style mentality that is the modern-day leadership of the Democrat Party. You're going to suffer. And I ask you to take a step back, ladies and gentlemen, and think about this a second. What would this country be without our Constitution? I mean, we're almost there. With the left-wing mindset. Is it not as I describe it, totalitarian? Do they not walk around with iron fists? Are you not obliged to conform with whatever they demand? Science isn't science to these people. Science is about politics. Everything's about politics. We have one of the coldest winters on record. And so what do? Just change the phrase from global warming to climate change. Wow, look at that. So in other words, the seasons are to be fought, are to be abolished by driving less. I'm going to form a group. I'm going to form an organization. I already formed one group called Fatties United, or FU, in order to respond to this obsession the government has with our bodies and our food. All right, don't you believe in privacy? Apparently not, they don't. But in any event, I think I'm going to form an organization where we encourage global warming, where we encourage people to drive, to exhale, because as you know, carbon dioxide is exhaled. So plants, through what we call photosynthesis, can create what? Oxygen. See how it works? But anyway, I'm going to form an organization called People for Carbon Dioxide. Because I believe in life, I believe in plants, I believe in animals, I believe in insects, although I hate them. But you get my point. Because without carbon dioxide, what are we? We're Mars. That's what we are. Do you want to be Mars? No. So I want to form a group, and I am going to form a group right here, right now. People for Carbon Dioxide. People for global warming, if you will. So we can create more food. So the temperatures are warmer. Yes. So the Amazon can flourish. Whatever happened to that? Nobody cares anymore. The Amazon, screw it. But anyway, yes, we need more heat, warmth. Yes. So People for Carbon Dioxide, will you join me? Let me continue. So they are going after Roger Pielke and 6 other respected, noted climate scientists because they don't conform with this clown Raul's agenda. So they want to see his emails, they want to see his spending, they want to see his speeches, they want to see his testimony. Like some jerk on a House committee has a right to that stuff. So it's a witch hunt. And, of course, the media say nothing. Whoa. And Mark Hemingway at the Weekly Standard, he points out that my buddy, Ken Cuccinelli, when he was Attorney General of Virginia and one of the best, he investigated climate scientist Michael Mann. But, of course, Michael Mann needed to be investigated because, as Hemington writes, there was a great deal of evidence suggesting that his data wasn't correct. What he was doing with it wasn't correct. And I point that out also in my book, Liberty and Tyranny. And he was getting, he wanted to look into the funding aspect of that, but he wasn't trying to harass the guy. No, 7 scientists. But Cuccinelli was attacked by the press. attacked. Meanwhile, Raul, whose behavior is utterly appalling and is driven purely by ideology and politics, nobody says a damn thing to him. Nobody cares. So the lib media just sit there like they do with everything else. So I just wanted you to know that these climate scientists who are looking at real data, who are presenting real data, who reject the fraud that is global warming climate change, they're under attack because they're not conforming with government propaganda. Does that sound like a free country to you, ladies and gentlemen? Does that sound like liberals actually believe in science to you? Of course they don't believe in science. They don't believe in evidence. They don't believe in facts. They believe in abstractions. They believe in ideology. They believe in utopia, Ameritopia.